Today we are going to learn about differential equations. In differential equations we are going to study about 5 different parts. The first being the introduction. The first part being the introduction. Then differential equation itself. Then we're going to study about the formation of differential equation. Then solution of differential equation. Then the application of differential equation. The introduction. Let me tell you something about the introduction. A mathematical model of any natural phenomena pertaining to physics, chemistry, biology, economics, etc. involves differential equations and which have therefore assumed great importance in all modern scientific investigations. Don't go into the technical jargon. Let's see with an example. This is one of the examples of differential equation. Well, now we are going to study about some order and the degree of differential equation. So we are going to study about the order and the degree. So now what is the order? The question mark arises, what is the order? The order of a differential equation is the order of the highest order derivative appearing in the equation. Let's say for an example, so here in this equation, the highest order derivative is 3, because see, you can see the highest order derivative is 3. The second highest order derivative is 2. So that is the order of a differential equation. Now let's talk about the degree of a differential equation. The degree of a differential equation is the power of the highest order derivative when all the derivatives are made free from negative and or functional indices, if any. Okay, so what I mean to say about it is, so in view of the above definition, one may observe that the differential equation 1 is of a degree 1. Why would we say so? Because the highest order derivative has power 1. See this? It has power 1. Okay. So here, so the order becomes 3, degree becomes 1. I hope this is the order and the degree of a differential equations are quite clear with these examples. Also in this example, if we take an example of the following, dy by dx is equal to cos of dy by dx, then this differential equation cannot be expressed as a polynomial in terms of dy by dx. Hence the degree of this equation cannot be determined. Degree of such equations cannot be determined. You have to make sure the order and the degree of differential equation are always positive integers. Negative integers are not allowed in the degree and the order of the differential equation. So there are two types of solutions. We'll talk about them. One being the general solution, the other being the particular solution. In general solution, a solution of a differential equation in which the number of arbitrary constants equals the order of the differential equation is called a general solution of the differential equation. talking about particular solution, a solution of a differential equation that can be obtained from the general solution by giving special values to the arbitrary constants, and it is called a particular solution. We'll take some example. Say for an example, d square y upon dx square the whole square plus dy by dx the whole cube is equal to e raised to x. So we have to determine the order and the degree of each of the following differential equation. So the solution would be, by definition of degree and order, the degree would be 2 and the order will be 2. Here why with the degree will be 2? Because 2 is the highest order derivative and the power of that highest order derivative is 2. So your degree will be 2 and order will be 2. Okay. We'll take some other example. We'll take another example, that is d raised to 4y dx raised to 4 is equal to 1 plus dy by dx the whole square the whole cube. Okay, by definition of degree and order, your degree becomes 1 and order becomes 4. Your order is 4 because the highest order derivative is of 4, so order is 4 and the degree is 1 because the power of the derivative is 1. There's nothing mentioned, so it is 1. We'll take a look at some another example, where example is 1 plus 1 upon dy by dx the whole square is equal to d square y by dx square is to 3 by 2. That's 3 by 2. Okay, so now what we have to do here is we have to square on both sides. That would become 1 plus 1 upon dy by dx the whole square is equal to d square y upon dx square is to 3. Therefore dy by dx raised to square plus 1 is equal to dx square is to cube dy upon dx raised to square. So by definition of degree and order, your degree becomes 3 and the order becomes 2. How order 2 is because the 2 is second order derivative and the power of that derivative is 3, so that the degree becomes 3 and the order becomes 2. So now we are going to learn now we have to verify in each of the following examples, verify that the given function is a solution of the corresponding differential equation. So let's take an example. Here y is equal to c1 sin x plus c2 cos x and d square y by dx square plus y is equal to 0. So now we have to verify. So let's start. Writing y is equal to c1 sin x plus c2 cos x as equation 1, differentiating with respect to x we get dy by dx is equal to c1 cos x minus c2 sin x. I hope we all are familiar with the formulas of the differential equation. So now again differentiating with respect to x we get, that is d square y by dx square is equal to minus c1 sin x minus c2 cos x. So taking minus sign common, c1 sin x plus c2 cos x. So therefore d square y by dx square is equal to minus y from the first equation, as we all know. Therefore d square y upon dx square plus y is equal to 0. Hence the given function is a solution of the given equation. So now we are going to talk about the formation of differential equation. Let's consider an example. Formation of differential equation. So let's take an example. Y is equal to ax square plus b, where a and b are arbitrary constants. Differentiating with respect to x, we get dy by dx is equal to 2ax is the first equation. Again, differentiating with respect to x, we get d square y by dx square is equal to 2a. That's the second equation. So now multiplying equation 2 by x, we get that is x d square y by dx square is equal to 2ax. Therefore x d square y by dx square is equal to dy by dx. In the above equation, a and b has been eliminated, and hence it is the required differential equation. So our task is to eliminate the arbitrary constants a and b in the given sum and make it a differential equation. So let's take another example. We have to obtain the differential equation by eliminating the arbitrary constants from the following equation. So let's take an example. Here y is equal to c square plus c by x. So we have to do is differentiate with respect to s. So that will give us dy by dx is equal to 0 plus c minus 1 upon x square. C is equal to minus x square dy by dx. Substituting the value of c. This is the first equation. Sorry, in equation 1 we get y is equal to x raised to 4 dy by dx the whole square plus 1 upon x minus x square dy by dx is equal to x raised to 4 dy by dx the whole square minus x dy on dx. Therefore x raised to 4 dy dx minus x dy by dx minus y is equal to 0. Hence this is the required solution for the given question. Let's take another very important example. The question says, form the differential equation of all parabolas having the vertex at origin and axis along the positive y-axis. So the solution would be, let the equation of parabola be x square is equal to 4ay, where a is the arbitrary constant, so therefore x square upon y is equal to 4a. Differentiating with respect to x, we get y d by dx x square minus x square dy by dx is equal to 0 upon y square. Standard formula, 2xy minus x square dy by dx is equal to 0. Therefore 2y minus x dy by dx is equal to 0. Therefore x dy by dx minus 2y is equal to 0 is the required differential equation. Now let me introduce to you the variable separable method. The general differential equation of the first order and the first degree is P of x comma y plus Q of x comma y dy by dx is equal to 0. This is usually written as P of x comma y dx plus Q of x comma y dy is equal to 0, or P dx plus Q dy is equal to 0, where P and Q are functions of x and y. If P is a function of x alone, say f of x, and Q is a function of y alone, say g of y, the equation 1 is f of x dx plus g of y dy is equal to 0. This is the second equation. This is said to be in variable separable form, whose solution is obtained by integrating equation 2 and is given by f of x dx plus g of y dy is equal to c, where c is the constant of integration. Sometimes it is possible to reduce a differential equation to the variable separable form by a change of variable. Please note, equation of the form dy by dx is equal to f ax plus by plus c can be reduced to a variable separable form by putting ax plus by plus c is equal to u. Now equations of the form dy by dx is equal to f y by x can be reduced to variable separable form by putting y by x is equal to v. Now let's take an example of what we have learned above. Y minus x dy by dx is equal to 0. Therefore, y is equal to x dy by dx upon x is equal to dy upon y. Now integrating on both sides, we get therefore log of mod of x is equal to log of mod of y plus log of mod of c. Therefore log of x is equal to log of cy. So x is equal to cy is the required solution. Let's take another example. Example is dy by dx is equal to x square y plus y. So dy by dx is equal to x square y plus y is equal to x square plus 1 y. Therefore 1 upon y dy is equal to x square plus 1 dx. Integrating on both sides, we should get 1 upon y dy is equal to x square plus 1 dx. Therefore log of y is equal to x cube by 3 plus x plus c is the required solution for the given problem. Now we take one of the important examples. The example is, for each of the following equation, find the particular solution satisfying the given condition. So we will be given and one condition to satisfy. Okay. The question is x plus 1 dy by dx minus 1 is equal to 2 e raised to minus y, where y is equal to 0 when x is equal to 1. Okay, so let's start. Therefore x plus 1 dy by dx is equal to 2 upon e raised to y plus 1. Therefore x plus 1 dy by dx is equal to 2 plus e raised to y upon e raised to y. Therefore e raised to y upon 2 plus e raised to y dy is equal to dx upon 1 plus x. Now integrating on both sides, we should get as integration of e raised to y upon 2 plus e raised to y dy is equal to integration of dx upon 1 plus x. Therefore log 2 plus e raised to y is equal to log 1 plus x plus log of c. Therefore log 2 plus e raised to y is equal to log c 1 plus x. Therefore 2 plus e raised to y is equal to c 1 plus x. When y is equal to 0, x is equal to 1, we have 2 plus e raised to 0 is equal to c 1 plus 1. Therefore 2 plus 1 is equal to 2c. c is equal to 3 by 2. Particular solution is equal to 3x plus 1. So this is the complete sum after solving it. We take some more examples. And thus reduce each of the following differential equation to their variable separable form and hence solve. So we'll take an example. 1 plus dy by dx is equal to cosec x plus y. So we solve by putting this as equation 1. Put x plus y is equal to t. Now differentiating with respect to x, we get 1 plus dy by dx is equal to dt by dx. Therefore cosec t is equal to dt by dx from 1. Sin t dt is equal to dx. Integrating on both sides, we should get integration of sin t dt is equal to integration of dx. Therefore minus cos t is equal to x plus c. Therefore x plus cos t plus c is equal to 0. Therefore x plus cos x plus y plus c is equal to 0. Hence this is the final required solution. Now let's talk about the homogeneous differential equation. A function f of fx comma y is said to be homogeneous function of degree n in x and y if let's say function is x comma y is said to be homogeneous function of degree n in x and y if f of lambda x comma lambda y is equal to lambda n function of x comma y, where lambda is a real variable. Method to solve homogeneous differential equation. To solve the homogeneous differential equation, f of x comma y dx plus g x comma y dy is equal to 0. Express the equation in the form dy by dx is equal to minus f x comma y upon g of x comma y. By using the substitution, y is equal to vx, that is dy by dx is equal to v plus x dv by dx. Now solve equation 2. Since the solution of equation 2 is obtained in variables x and y, hence to obtain the solution of equation 1 in the variables of x and y, we resubstitute the values of v, that is v is equal to y by x, and hence we get the solution of the given homogeneous differential equation. Please note, if the differential equation is in the form dx by dy is equal to f x comma y, where f x comma y is homogeneous function of degree 0, we use the substitution x is equal to vy and proceed as usual. Please note of it. Please take note of it. So now friends, let's take one example. So the example here would be dy by dx is equal to tan y by x plus y by x. Okay, so put this as the first equation, put y by x is equal to u as the second equation. Therefore y is equal to ux. Differentiate with respect to x, we get dy by dx is equal to u plus x du by dx. This is the third equation. Substituting 2 and 3 in 1, we get u plus x du by dx is equal to tan u plus u. Therefore x du upon dx is equal to tan u. Therefore du upon tan u is equal to dx upon x. Now integrating on both sides, we get integration of cot u du is equal to integration of dx by x. Therefore log sin u is equal to log of mod of x plus log of mod of c. Therefore log sin u is equal to log cx. Therefore sin u is equal to cx. Therefore sin y by x is equal to Cx is the required solution. So again, perfectly for the, we'll have a look again, look at it. Let's take another example which is important for exam perspective. Y square minus x square dy by dx is equal to xy dy by dx. Y square is equal to xy dy by dx plus x square dy by dx. Therefore xy plus x square dy by dx is equal to y square. Therefore dy by dx is equal to y square upon xy plus x square. Name this as equation 1. Put y is equal to ux as equation 2. Now differentiating with respect to x, we get dy by dx is equal to u plus x du by dx. Name this as equation number 3. Now substituting 2 and 3, substitute 2 and 3 in 1, we get u plus x du by dx is equal to u square x square upon x ux plus x square. Therefore u plus x du by dx is equal to u square upon 1 plus u. Therefore x du by dx is equal to u square upon 1 plus u minus u is equal to u square minus u square upon 1 plus u is equal to minus u upon 1 plus u. Therefore 1 plus u upon u du is equal to minus dx upon x. Now integrating on both sides, we get integration of 1 upon u plus 1 du is equal to minus integration of d by dx by x. Therefore log of mod of u plus u is equal to minus log mod of x plus c. Therefore log u plus log x plus u is equal to c. Therefore log ux plus u is equal to c, the rule of logarithms. Therefore log y plus y by x is equal to c is the required solution for the given question. Now let's talk something about linear differential equation. What is linear differential equation? A linear differential equation is that in which the dependent variable and its differential coefficient occur only in the first degree and are not multiplied together. To solve the differential equation, dy by dx plus py is equal to q, where p and q are functions of x only. Therefore dy by dx plus py is equal to q, multiply e raised to integration of p dx throughout, we get dy by dx e raised to integration of p dx plus py integration of raised to p dx is equal to q e raised to integration of p dx. Name this as equation 1. Now d by dx y e raised to integration of p dx is equal to dy by dx e raised to integration of p dx plus y d by dx of e raised to integration of p dx is equal to dy by dx e raised to integration of p dx plus y e raised to integration of p dx d by dx of integration of p dx. Therefore d by dx e raised to f of x is equal to e raised to f of x dot d by dx f of x is equal to dy by dx e raised to integration of p dx plus y e raised to integration of p dx e is equal to dy by dx e raised to integration of p dx plus py e raised to integration of p dx. Therefore d by dx y e integration of p dx is equal to q e integration of p dx from 1 integrating on both sides with respect to x, we get y e integration of p dx is equal to integration of q e raised to integration of p dx plus c, that is y is equal to e raised to minus integration of p dx integration of q e raised to integration of p dx plus c, which is the required general solution for the given differential equation for linear differential equation. Note that the function e raised to integration of p dx is called integrating factor I dot f of the given equation. Left hand side of the solution is always the product of the dependent variable and the integrating factor. Now, working rule to solve the first order linear equation. Please keep this in mind while solving this type of sums. Write the given differential equation in the form dy by dx plus py is equal to q, where p and q are constants or functions of x only. Find the integrating factor if, that is equal to e raised to integration of p dx. Write the solution of the given differential equation as y integrating factor is equal to integration of q into integration factor dx plus c. In the case where first order linear differential equation is in the form dx by dy plus p1x is equal to q1, where p1 and q1 are constant or functions of y only, integrating factor is equal to e raised to integration of p1 dy, and the solution of the differential equation is given by x integrating factor is equal to integration of q1 into integrating factor dy plus c. Now we will further look this thing by solving one example. Let's try and solve the given sum. The given equation is of the form, the given equation is of the form dy by dx plus py is equal to q, where p is equal to 1 and q is equal to e raised to minus x. Therefore integrating factor is equal to e raised to integration of p dx is equal to e raised to integration of 1 dx is equal to e raised to x. Solution of the given equation, therefore solution will be y integrating factor is equal to integration of q integrating factor dx plus c. Therefore y e raised to x is equal to integration of e raised to minus x e raised to x dx plus c. Therefore y e raised to x is equal to 1 dx plus c. Therefore y e raised to x is equal to x plus c. Y is equal to x plus c e raised to minus x. It is the given required solution for the given question. Okay guys, let's talk about application of differential equation. If P be the population of a city at a time t which increases with respect to time t, then the rate of increase in population of city is proportional to the existing population. So the given statement can be summarized as dp upon dt directly proportional to p. Therefore dp upon dt is equal to kp, where k is the constant of proportionality so now integrating we get k dt plus c, that is log of p is equal to kt plus c. Therefore p is equal to e raised to kt plus c is equal to c1 dot e raised to kt, where e raised to c is equal to c1, which gives the population at any time t. The other type of sum which can come from this part of the chapter is the radioactive decay. The rate of disintegration of a radioactive substances is always proportional to the amount present at that time. Okay, so if x is the amount of any material present at time t, present at time t to time t, then dx by dt is equal to minus kx, where k is the constant of proportionality and k greater than 0. The negative sign appears because x decreases as time increases. This expression gives the amount of radioactive substance at any time. Half-life period. Half-life period of a radioactive substance is defined as the time it takes for half of the substance to disintegrate. Please keep in mind half-life period. I'll read it again. Half-life period of a radioactive substance is defined as the time it takes for half of the substance to disintegrate. Okay. And another type of sum which can come is Newton's law of cooling. The rate of change of cooling of a heated body at any time is proportional to the difference between the temperature of the body and that of its surrounding. Let theta be the temperature of the body at time t and theta 0 be the temperature of the medium. Okay, so then d theta by dt is the rate of change of temperature with respect to time t, and theta minus theta 0 and theta minus theta 0 is the difference of temperature at time t. According to Newton's law of cooling, d theta by dt is proportional to theta minus theta 0. Therefore d theta upon dt is equal to minus k theta minus theta 0, where k is the constant of proportionality and negative sign indicates that difference of temperature is decreasing. Now d theta upon dt is equal to minus k theta minus theta 0. Therefore d theta upon theta minus theta 0 is equal to minus k dt. Integrating and using the initial condition, theta is equal to theta 1, when t is equal to 0, we get theta is equal to theta 0 plus theta 1 minus theta 0 e raised to minus kt. Thus, the equation 1 gives the temperature of a body at any time t. Now we'll take some examples to understand the following concepts. Now the example here is, the question is, in a certain culture of bacteria, the rate of increase is proportional to the number of present. If it is found that the number doubles in every 4 hours, find the number of times the bacteria increase in 12 hours. So the solution, let n be the number of bacteria present at time t. Therefore, dn upon dt proportional to n. Therefore, dn upon dt is equal to kn. Therefore, dn upon n is equal to k dt. Integrating on both sides, we get integration of dn upon n is equal to k integration of 1 dt. Therefore, log of n is equal to kt plus c. When t is equal to 0, n is equal to n0. Therefore, log n0 is equal to k 0 plus c. Therefore, c is equal to log n0. Therefore, log n is equal to kt plus log n0. When t is equal to 4, n is equal to 2n0. Therefore, log 2n0 is equal to 4k plus log n0. Therefore, log 2n0 minus log n0 is equal to 4k. Therefore, log 2n0 upon n0 is equal to 4k. Therefore, k is equal to 1 by 4 log 2. Name this as equation 1. When t is equal to 12, we get log n is equal to 12k plus log n0 is equal to 12 by 4 log 2 plus log n0. It will be 3 log 2 plus log n0 from equation 1. That will be log 8 plus log n0 is equal to log of n is equal to log 8n0. Therefore, n is equal to 8n0. Thus, in 12 hours, bacteria has increased to 8 times. In 12 hours, bacteria is increased to 8 times the original population. Okay, let's take another example. The rate of disintegration of a radioactive element at any time t is proportional to its mass at that time. find the time during which the original mass of 1.5 gram will disintegrate into a mass of 0.5 gram. Okay, so the solution is, let m be the mass of radioactive element present at time t. Therefore, dm upon dt proportional to m. Therefore, dm upon dt is equal to minus km, where negative sign indicates disintegration. Therefore, dm upon m is equal to minus k dt. Now integrating on both sides, we get integration of dm upon m is equal to minus k integration of dt. Therefore, log of m is equal to minus k t plus c. When t is equal to 0, m is equal to 1.5. Therefore, log 1.5 is equal to minus k 0 plus c. Therefore, c is equal to log 1.5 by 4. Log m is equal to minus kt plus log 1.5. When m is equal to 0.5, we get log 0.5 is equal to minus kt plus log 1.5. Therefore, kt is equal to log 1.5 minus log 0.5 is equal to log 1.5 upon 0.5 is equal to t is equal to 1 upon k log 3 is the required solution. Let's take another example. Find the population of a city at any time t, given that the rate of increase of population is proportional to the population at that instant, and that in a period of 40 years the population increased from 30,000 to 40,000. So the solution would be, let x be the population of city at time t. Therefore, dx by dt proportional to x. Therefore, dx by dt is equal to kx. Therefore, dx by x is equal to k dt. Integrating on both sides, we get integration of dx upon x is equal to k integration of dt. Therefore, log x is equal to kt plus c is the first equation. Now, when t is equal to 0, x is equal to 30,000. Therefore, log of 30,000 is equal to k 0 plus c. Therefore, c is equal to log of 30,000. Therefore, log x is equal to kt plus log of 30,000. When t is equal to 40 and x is equal to 40,000, therefore log 40,000 is equal to k 40 plus log of 30,000. Therefore log 40,000 minus log 30,000 is equal to 40k. Therefore log 40,000 upon 30,000 is equal to 40k. Therefore k is equal to 1 upon 40 log 4 by 3. Therefore log x is equal to t 1 upon 40 log 4 by 3 plus log 30,000 is equal to log 4 by 3 t raised to 40 plus log 30,000. Therefore log x is equal to log, that is 4 by 3 t raised to 40 30,000. Therefore x is equal to 30,000 4 by 3 t by 40 is the solution for the given type of problem. We can solve any type of population problem by this method.